All right, we are back. I'm just gonna do a couple fights, a couple dungeons. I'm gonna utilize. Oh, I gotta change my food here. Let's see. Termination, direct hit. Critical hit. Piety. So depending on the dungeon that I'm about to do, I might use this knight's bread to do 13 extra tenacity. Or I might keep going through these marmot steaks for 2 skill speed. If it's a really low dungeon, I'm not going to bother with good food. It makes me want to level culinarian in order to get high enough to do that. High enough to like make my own food. But yeah, just gonna. You guys can see one instance of me tanking. See what kind of paladin tanking is like. I occasionally weave in a shield bash. Because if you're getting attacked by 5 monsters, it reduces the damage you're taking by 20% if you stun one of them for 6 seconds. So 20% less damage for 6 seconds. If you stun 2 of them, you're taking 40% less damage for like 3 seconds, and then roughly maybe like 3 or 4 seconds. This one, yeah, I'm gonna take the knight's bread. These are rough. You gotta hope that you have a good healer. So pop on my Iron Will. Pop out Knight's Bread. Let's go. Okay. We'll pull some more. Got the dragon popping in. We'll pop a defense cooldown. Probably not needed because they killed the dragon on the way here. Probably could have pulled more, apparently. These guys are good. Get you guys here. Oops. Okay. I'm probably under pulling, to be entirely honest. But we're still making good time, so I'm not too worried about it. We'll pop our fight or flight to give some damage bonus here. Make sure that the bosses are always facing away. So the direction he's turned when he moves to the edge is the direction he's going to do a big old breath. So yeah, keep him turned. I'll take the breath attacks. I don't really want to run out of the way of them because there's a chance that right after he might do a breath attack and hit a DPS. I can just soak it up. It ain't no thing. I don't always use my off global cooldown move enough. I usually Save it for when I have the damage bonus. Leveled up, sweet. Sometimes I go the wrong way when I go this way. There's a treasure chest over to the right. I'll make sure those guys get like a tick of health back before I go. Yeah, we're good. Pop our Sheltron, which is a 4-second like auto block thing. We'll take this Cure 2 and we'll go. No, come back, come back, come back. You're mine. Come here. Come here. So I'll use Shield Bash for no real reason. Oh, I missed. It was too far. Why are you still? Why are you so far away? I think the icicles start to come here in this next little patch. Here we go. They blow in. Ice Spirit times 3. Blizzard does 180 each-ish. Okay, now we're gonna pop cooldown here. Gotta gather up. I'm gonna gather them all. There we go. Now they're all gonna be better AoE fodder. I unfortunately am not gonna be able to keep them facing certain directions so that my DPS with directional bonuses. Pop our DPS cooldown. Last time I did this dungeon, I had an extremely undergeared healer, an extremely undergeared, I think he was either Black Mage or Bard, I can't remember. And this fight took frickin' forever. To be clear, we are almost at 50%, and when we did this the last time I was here, we were at about 20% down at this point. Just to let you know the extreme difference in party makeup. Like, that's the only time I have ever said at the end of the dungeon, like, hey, you can get better gear pretty easily with or from your grand company. You might want to think about it. I said it open-ended. I didn't specify a person. Just like, hey, you can get gear this way. I mean, hell, I'm wearing gear that way. But I'm a tank, so I try to make sure that my gear is as up to date as possible every time. I wasn't always that way as a tank, but I wanted to do it right this time. And I have the money, I have a gil, so it's not like a big deal. Alright, cool. It always drops 2 treasure chests as far as I've seen. Don't need the pants, don't need the arms. I already have one, so I'll just pass. I'm gonna stun both of y'all. Cool, let's go. We'll pick up some ice guys here. The dragons are almost dead. I love it. Love to see it. Now that came in quickly. Oh no, it didn't. Okay, I got killed. Why am I dying? I know these hit hard, but they don't hit that hard. Do I have a vulnerability thing? Just something you gotta cure through. I'm sorry, bud. I'm sorry, healer man. I can stun them. I can stun one at a time. take 30%, 33% less damage when you stun one. We will stun one. We'll keep going through the rotation here. We'll stun one here. Boom. Keep going through the rotation here. Come on. Kind of like that. The first time I played Paladin, I didn't really do the stuns. Like at all. Having a... It's on the regular cooldown with everything else, which means that it will screw up your rotations. So you can just do a couple AoEs, and then, anyway, we're fighting a super dragon. On this boss, he'll do AoEs every once in a while that hits the entire group. So not a bad idea just to stay stacked so that your healer can... I mean, as a healer, I will play like smack dab in the middle of my ranged people and my tank. This one is a little bit more new. I don't think he realizes that. That's a possibility. Dang it. Every time I pop my DPS cooldown, he flies into the frickin' air. So I'm going to wait for him to fly and come down, and then I'll do it. It's going to fly up soon. I don't think it's... I guess it might be HP percentage. Like how he makes his choice. He'll just put little circles around everybody that you just gotta dodge out, and then he'll do this like giant line. I think he does it twice. Yeah, he does it twice. Cauterize. What the heck is that? Alright, let's go here. Let's go. It's nice. They use the LB. Good. Take the treasure coffer. Let's put the healer. Don't need that. Don't need that. Let's do another. Let's make use of our bread here. Hell yeah. Instant Q. I love it. 18 minutes left on our bread. That's why I like popping it kind of like the last possible second. Let's see what we're doing here. Like level what? 20? Yeah, or whatever. So we won't have our... We'll trade these out. Now my C is going to be my low blow, which is my off the global stun. Grab the tiny key. Let the next person open the door. Oh, I got some materia to grab. Okay. So my shield, extract. My necklace, extract. And my ring number 1 extract. Cool. Just in time. I hate it when people freaking just try to play the tank. Like, they're not trying to play the tank, they just keep going. Like, hey, tank, you're not doing a good enough job pulling fast enough for me, so we're gonna keep going. Like, then play a fucking tank. That's all. That's all I'm saying about that. Play a tank. If you're not happy with the speed, play a tank. Or like say, hey, I'm gonna keep going on. If I die doing it, like, I don't know. I got like 6 on me, but they're dying quickly. What do we got? We got a machinist and a... Is that a ninja? I think it's a ninja. Machinist will just do kind of like reliable AoE. I think they have a cone. I didn't click it in time. Put the powder in. Oh, you beat me. So this guy, Kodos, is a giant with a big old, like, 2-handed axe in one hand and a big old shield. Fight him in the exact center of the room. And his jumps are literally to be laughed at. Just his damage in general is to be laughed at. But he'll do this kind of circular thing that takes up large portions of the room. Just kind of get hit by one of them. It's hard, you know, it actually doesn't matter because it's really hard to keep up with him when he does the jumps, I suppose. So standing outside the jump area is just as good as standing in it. I mean, you're gonna take damage if you're standing in it, but you can also DPS a little bit longer as a tank. He's down. This group is fast. This group is good. I like it. I don't need any of this shit. I don't even need the stuff I can get. Like, you can trade in green or higher items. So green, pink. I haven't really, like, blue maybe even. My healer's name is Fizzy Water. The ninja is Axis Rose. AKSIS. Thank you. The non-tank should pick up the sand. Move on to start the fight with the blob. This blob changed. since, well, a while ago, they changed this blob to make it more user-friendly, I guess. The other fight was more fun. This time he just pops smaller blobs around him, and they do an AoE after some time. The AoE, I don't think the AoE does any damage really. I think it, as a tank, it takes off a negligible amount of HP. So like, I'll stand in one. I'll show you. I'll stand right next to one. Not that it matters. So I'm at full-ish. I'm at like 90. Now I'm at like 80. It does nothing. Literally nothing. Not literally, because it's 10%, but... And I don't think it's like set at 10%. I think it's just 10% happened to be... Anyway. Boom! Following me. I think I've stood in Gygus the Great's AoEs as well. He's got like a gigantic two-handed maul that he can wield with one hand because he's a giant. Super strong, bro. So he's got an AoE that will damage the entire room except for right around him. And then he'll have an AoE that's centered on him. And then there's like some more explosion AoEs. I wonder how much this does. Let's find out. I'm curious. It's not going to kill me. It did 76 damage. Oh, it's so sad. So sad. Oh, we got an LB. Nice job, guys. Way to pull that shit off, son. Cool. I gotta figure out what I want to say in my macro for like my opening. Hey, how you doing kind of thing. Anyway. All right, we got to 47.5. That's the end of this video. It's just a couple dungeons as a paladin. One really easy, and the first one a little bit more difficult. Yeah, see you guys next time. See you soon.